I will show you step by step how to set up Supabase Auth with React Native. This is what the final result will look like. You will be able to sign up for an account, and once you log in, you will be able to see the current user's ID to let us know that everything's working as expected. To get started, the first thing we want to do is to create a new project in our Supabase account. We can do that by logging into our account, and once we're logged in, just open a dashboard, click New Project and your organization, type in your project name, password, and select your region, then click Create New Project. Once your project is successfully created, this is the screen that you should see. Click Project Settings in the bottom left, then click API. There are some values on this page that we will need for later. Going back to the documentation, we can now create a React app using this specific command here. Copy the command, open up your code editor, and inside the terminal, just paste in the command that we just copied. Once the command is done running, this is what it should look like. The next command we should run is this command here, so just copy it and then paste it into our terminal. Once that command is done, we can go back to the documentation and copy the code here. We need to create a folder called lib, and inside this folder, we will create a new file called supabase.ts. I went ahead and did these steps, so this is what it should look like. Inside your My App folder, create a new folder called lib, and inside that folder, create a new file called supabase.ts and just paste in the code that we just copied. On line 6, we need to paste in our Supabase URL, which we can get by going to the previous page that I mentioned. And then on line 6, just make sure you paste it as a string, just like I did here. Then on line 7, we would do the exact same thing with our Supabase add-on key. So we can just go back to this page, copy it here, and then paste it on line 7, just like I'm doing here. Going back to the docs, the next step is to create this login component. So we can create a folder called components, and inside that, create a file called auth.tsx. And inside your My Apps folder, create a folder called components and create a file called auth.tsx and just paste in the code that we just copied. The last step is to update our app.tsx file. So we can copy the code here, open that file, and just paste in the code. After that, we can start the app by just running npm start. Once the command is done running, you should see these options. So just click I to open the iOS simulator. This is what the app should look like when you first open it, and then you should see an email and password field. We can test that the auth works as expected by putting in an email and password, then clicking sign up. We should see this notification to check our email. If we look at our email, we should now see an email just like this. There should be a link to confirm our email. We can just click on it. If you see the screen that's expected, go back to the app and click sign in. You should now see something similar to this with a very similar pattern. If you do see something similar, that means your auth is set up correctly and everything is working as expected. That is the end of this tutorial. Hopefully you found it helpful. If you did, please like the video and don't forget to subscribe for more content.